Hello everybody out there in YouTube land. This video is gonna be about psychotherapy, psychologist expertise versus personal experience. From all the comments that I have read throughout all my videos, um, and I completely agree with uh, those of you that have really stated that people um, with the personal experience really um, outrates psychology, and the psychotherapist, and people in the medical field, and as far as like narcissism and stuff is concerned, um, especially, like I said, and I've mentioned time and time again that it is very, very difficult, um, but not impossible, to really find um, I think, I guess, really difficult in a way to find a therapist that specializes in narcissism that has had personal experiences also. Very hard to find. But as far as maybe just finding one about narcissism, may not be hard to find, but then the only chances are is that maybe that therapist, may have, studied about narcissism, but he or she may have not had a personal life experience, like being brought up from narcissistic parents or anything else like that, but may not have, some experience narcissism in other ways, like relationships, like friendships and boyfriend, girlfriend, or husband and wife type of thing. Like I said, we all know that narcissism stems in so many different directions. I mean, but then the most common one is mainly about parental narcissism, or even just your mother, being a narcissist, like in my case, in everybody else's case, I know everyone can relate, or both parents, and we all know that it can stem from even a boss, you know, or even corporations, it's like I'm even seeing in the news and really realizing how narcissistic this world has really become. Everyone's out for each other and climbing up the corporate ladder and stepping on fingers and toes just to you know, get to that spot, and that's narcissism, you know. As time goes on, I'm really realizing how broad narcissism can really be, and there's even maybe even celebrities out there that are even narcissists themselves, and CEOs and big time, and even politicians, narcissism. It's so widely spread, and it's so unfortunate that it's really hard to escape that. But anyway, getting back on point about um, narcissism, you know, and being brought up by narcissistic parents, you know, and you would have a therapist out there, you know, that, will sit there and just, think, well, they have the knowledge and they went to school and they have a degree and thing else like that. But you know what? If they have not really experienced being brought up by a narcissistic parent or parents, or and or the whole families, if that so-called psychologist, psychiatrist, psychotherapist, whatever you want to call them, okay, they may have the schooling, they may have the background, they may have the certifications or whatever, but you know what though? I would have to say that they're not always the expert as far as personal experience, because there's a lot of things that personal experiences that would be the best teacher, um, as opposed to just someone who just studied it in school and learned about it, and you know and maybe decide to specialize it. But if he or she has no really experience as far as being brought up by narcissistic parents, therefore by far they're not really experts in that. I strongly feel that it's people like us that have experienced narcissism and our own life experience being brought up by a narcissistic mother or both parents, or where you have, the narcissistic mother and the enabling father, you know. And I also realize too, the sad part about that is that, the enabling father will take the narcissistic mother's side all the time, right or wrong, and believe me, that's the way my parents were. My late enabling father took my mother's side no matter what, right or wrong. She can be wrong as you can, as all get out, and it didn't matter. My late enabling father took her side. Didn't matter. Always came to her defense no matter what. Even if I came at my mom and argued with her, she'll sit there and go cry to my dad and have my dad jump on me and all this bull crap, and it's really bullshit. And I'm sure that many of you out there have really experienced this. So don't let anybody tell you that you don't know what you're talking about, because you know what? We all are the experts when it comes to narcissistic abuse, especially from a narcissistic mother or both parents, and then you got the siblings and the golden child and all that mess. So don't let anybody ever tell you that you don't know what you're talking about. And you know what? I would even dare for any psychologist or any so-called medical doctor telling me anything, because I would put them in their place real quick, real fast, because I am a medical by profession, even though, and I'm a certified medical biller, and just because I'm not quite out in the field yet, because I don't have a job yet, don't mean that I don't constantly apply the things that I learned in school. Second of all, I'm my own patient advocate. I speak up for myself, and I don't take no crap from any doctors, whether it be a specialist, a primary care doctor, a psychologist, psychiatrist, psychotherapist, whoever. No doctor's going to talk down to me just because I didn't go to school and spend $100,000 or more in medical school expenses and debt out the yin yang, just become a so-called expert to speak about it. I would put any doctor in their place, because I said no doctor's going to talk down to me, and I strongly feel I know just as much as a doctor does with some things, not everything, but with some things. And I'm not trying to come off as grandiose or cocky, but I stand my ground, things I firmly believe in, because you know what? I have, when it comes to medical things and medical conditions, hey, I'm the one feeling the pain. I'm the one that's got the symptoms, and I read on things. I'm a big time researcher. I learn everything about my condition, what the treatments are, and things of that nature. But as far as like, psychotherapy and the mental um, um, professional thing, even though, and I have been putting disclosures, been trying to put disclosures under as many videos as I possibly can to say, hey, I'm not a medical professional, that I'm only speaking from personal experience, and you know what? I say personal experience trumps a psychotherapist or psychologist or social worker, whoever, counselor, whoever they are. Personal experience trumps that, you know. It really does. Now, if you have somebody that's a psychotherapist, psychologist, or some type of uh, mental health professional that has been brought up by narcissists and has survived and overcame and found closure and found his or herself and really made a comeback in their life, and they want to help other people and that go to school and become psychologist or somebody in a mental health professional, then okay. Then by all means, then, which is what we're all looking for, we're looking for somebody like that. And like I said, it's very, very hard to find, but, you know, um, but personal experience really trumps, if that mental health professional has not been brought up by narcissistic parents, and they're the ones that have the happy family and the Leave It to Beaver family and all that stuff. Everybody gets along and there's harmony and, there's closeness and the parents are, set examples and all that stuff. What they call close-knit families. And, you can have a medical health professional coming from that family type of background. But really, the reality is that the majority of us, there's a lot of majority of us that do come from very, very dysfunctional families, whether there's alcoholism involved or sexual molestation involved, mixed with narcissism. Like I said, I've never, ever, ever experienced any type of sexual immorality in my dysfunctional family, but it doesn't just because I didn't experience that doesn't mean it doesn't qualify for narcissism. I mean, like I said, everybody's story is different, and I don't compare my story to anybody else's, but and I know those of you out there, you don't really compare yourself, but you can relate to some of the things that I do talk about, and but like I said, don't ever let a mental health professional talk down to you, especially that I really see is everybody here is the expert because you've experienced it, you're living through it. Some of you are survivors out there, and some of you are at different stages. So, don't let anybody just sit there and look at, well, you're not qualified to say anything, or you're not qualified to make that assumption, or that's not true, really, and they haven't really been down the road you've been down through. That's why you have to be your own advocate in everything, like the medical profession, whether it be mental health profession, and then the regular, like primary care doctor and specialist, you have to speak up, you know, because there are some doctors that will talk down to you. Fortunately, in my case, because I speak up, I don't have such problems because I let the doctors know right there and then, and let them know where I'm coming from and who I am. And like I said, I don't do it as grandiose, but I let them know I'm not just some regular Joe Schmo that you could just talk to anybody will wait and be all condescending. I don't put up with that. And you as a patient should never put up with that as well either. But I just strongly believe, and I'm sure there's many of you out there that would say the same thing or at least agree with me on this, that we are all our own experts because we're living through it. Or, some of us has lived through it, survived it, or just now discovering what's happened to them. You know, every one of us is at different levels, but hey, we are experts. And because there's a lot of things that schooling does not teach you. And I've always believed that life in itself, life experience, and experience in general is really, really the best teacher. And that's free. It doesn't cost anything. It doesn't cost $200,000-$300,000 plus that with that experience. It doesn't cost anything. It doesn't cost a dime. Whereas your psychologist, psychiatrist, they go through many, many years of school and training, and a lot of them are probably in debt $200,000-$300,000 or more, depending on how long they have to go to school, depending upon the college. Believe me, I've been through the college deal before. Not once but twice, as many of you know. So I just really want to just let each and every one of you out there know that, hey, we are the experts. And we don't have to have some medical degree to really know what we're talking about, because once you live it, you're your own expert. So that's my philosophy on that. That's what I believe, and I'm sure there's many of you out there that really do believe. Well, right now at this point, I have not received any emails at all. Um, but like I said, please, feel free to share your story with me. And, I do want to make it a point. I think, what I like to do is those of you that want to share your story with me,
either through private message or through email. I do want to make this clear, so that way that there's no misunderstandings. That whenever you do share with me your story about the narcissistic abuse that you've been subjected to, or if you, like I said, if you want to private message me or email me, please, please, please indicate to me if you want me to talk about it here on this channel or if you want to keep it private, you know. And I do emphasize that. If you don't indicate that, then I'm going to only assume that you really want to talk about it at a private level, you know. And either way, I do respect your privacy, you know. And many of you that are newcomers to my channel, I welcome you with open arms. Like I said, if you have any suggestions that you want me to do on any future videos, because I'm trying to make this video about you. And you know, if I don't get any emails as far as whether they want me to share it on here, you know, then as time goes along, if something does come up to where I feel like I need to do a video on, provided I don't have any emails or any other suggestions, then I'm just going to continue to, you know, do whatever comes to mind as far as narcissism and things of that nature. So, um, I really do hope that this video has really helped you and even validates you even more. Because, like I said, we are our own experts and we all can really learn from each other, you know. I mean, and don't feel like your story has to be similar, exactly like mine, to be considered narcissistic abuse. Like I said, everybody's story is different, you know, and we're all unique people. We're all wonderful people, and don't let nobody else tell you elsewise. We're wonderful. We're beautiful inside. We're smart. We're intelligent. Why else would narc families feel threatened by us? You know, why do you think they like to put us down and try to shut us down and try to shut us up? By all means, you know, if you want me to be that voice for you, when you do email me, please indicate so. Because if you don't indicate it, I'm going to assume private, you know. And like I said, your privacy will be respected and very, 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 very understandable. So, until the next episode, this is Mary Allen. Like I said, I don't know what the next episode will be since I don't have any emails to share. If someone wanted me to share it, you know, I'm just gonna just, you know, whatever comes to mind, you know, I will do. So, in the meantime, also, let me make another announcement also before I go. My new YouTube channel, like I said in the last video, was going to be released, and it has been released. So I do have a second channel here on YouTube, and what it's called, you can look it up on YouTube. It's called Mary Allen's Life Experience, and I've already gotten 2 videos already uploaded. One's about patient advocacy, and geez, I can't remember what the other one's about at tip top of my head. But they're actually about how worthless a college degree is today. You know, from my own personal experience. And like I said, that channel is going to be designed from my own personal experiences in life. And you know, I talk generally just about anything. Maybe some politics, maybe not. I don't know. I don't like to stir up too much stuff, but it just depends upon if I have any, if it affects me and I want to share it out there, I'm going to. But you know, and so I just did one about workers' compensation. I have not uploaded it yet, but I will pretty soon. But like I said, check it out. Mary Allen's it's called Mary Allen's Life Experience, and so when you look it up, you'll have 2 pictures of me, one on the red top, which is really my narcissism channel. I think the second one, I think I'm wearing a black top or whatever, and I just got this little pose like this. That's my new channel, so please feel free to check it out. And like I said, you can share my narcissism videos to anybody who you really believe needs this, that's discovering about the narcissistic abuse that they've been, experiencing, or or just now realizing things. Please feel free to share my narcissism videos any way you'd like to, and as well as you check out my new channel about Marianne's life experience. You can share those videos as well. Like I said, right now I only got 2 videos already uploaded already anyway, so please check it out, and please subscribe if you like. So like I said, this is Mary Ellen signing off, and I wish you all love and stay strong, and I love all of you. Take care. Bye for now.